What's good, everyone? It's JamalHaki, and today we're going to be doing a movie review on In a Violent Nature. In a Violent Nature is a Canadian slasher horror film capturing a group of young adults on a camping trip. However, as with anything involving a sketchy forest and urban legends, they was haunted, stalked, and terrorized by a relentless and vengeful entity after pocketing a peculiar item positioned within an abandoned off-site location that they randomly stumbled upon, as if the actions that this group of people took didn't inadvertently wake this entity up. Imagine witnessing the downward spiral of events from the perspective of the slasher. Patiently watching him chase at his pace seemingly makes his path in the clear, though slaughtering any and all things within his range just to repossess what was stolen definitely makes his path much clearer. So let's go ahead and jump into the highlights and positives when it comes to this film. For the first time, at least from what I can recall, this is a slasher horror movie that is actually filmed from the perspective of the killer, which when you really think about it, will make the killer the protagonist of the film. Isn't that dope? Here's the thing. I know it's very easy for people to talk about pacing when it comes to reviewing films, so let's cut to the chase. This film is the very definition of slow burn, and there's hardly much of really any dialogue in the film. However, those are the exact two things that highlights what I believe the director is trying to showcase. For starters, we know the film is captured from the perspective of the killer. Imagine watching Halloween or Friday the 13th. In those films, we see the characters like running away, right? And Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees are menacingly walking towards them, and we just think to ourselves, even for a slight moment, they're gonna get away. And then bam, Jason or Michael Myers pops up out of nowhere and like
surprise, motherfucker,
and kills them right then and there. And the audience is left wondering the same thing. How did they do it? Did they run? Did they teleport? So here's the thing, right? So when it comes to the movie In a Violent Nature, I believe that it answered all of those curious thoughts that we have. There's no teleporting. There's no running. And we literally see every step of the way how we did it. The killer was walking so damn slow, I was even still in disbelief as to how he did it or how no one saw him coming. And what good would a slasher horror film be if we didn't talk about the kills? This film has some of the crazy and grotesque kills I've ever seen in its category. For instance, there was a kill scene within this film that was so crazy, it literally looked like the killer was doing a Mortal Kombat fatality on this person. And if you never played Mortal Kombat, here's an example of what I'm talking about. I rest my case. And for my last quick highlighting point, I know sometimes there are conversations revolving around whether or not these killers within these slasher films have superpowers. Sometimes they come off as invincible, they're indestructible, they even have super strength, you name it. After watching this film, I am thoroughly convinced that not only the killer has all of those things, but two things I definitely want to highlight is his reflexes and his hearing. It's almost on par with Daredevil. And without spoiling anything, I just leave it at that. And despite how much I genuinely enjoyed this film, it definitely had its negatives. However, there's only one main highlighting negative that I'm going to really touch on, and that is the acting. To keep it short and sweet, the acting wasn't good, right? The range of emotions that was expressed, especially when you know you're being chased, right? It just felt very limiting, right? I know a counter argument to this could be, well, we're not watching the movie from the perspective of the young adults. We're watching the film from the perspective of the killer. Or even an additional counter argument could be, I don't care about the acting, I care about the killing. Listen, if that is the case, different strokes for different folks. In conclusion, In a Violent Nature will slow step its way into capturing the audience attention with its creative yet effective spin on showcasing a slasher horror film, while simultaneously leaving viewers in shock and disbelief after witnessing probably one of, if not the most gruesome and grotesque kill scene. Though the acting doesn't scream Oscar-winning performance, surprisingly, it doesn't actually take away from the film and from what I believe the director was aiming to display. So with that being said, I actually rate this film a solid 8.2 out of 10. So that pretty much wraps up my review for In a Violent Nature. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Hey, let me know. Hit me up in the comments section. Go ahead and give me your perspective on the movie. Rather you've seen the movie, rather not, or rather you even look forward to seeing the movie. In addition, if there's any other things that you would like to see me review, rather it's a TV series, anime, movie, you name it, go ahead and leave that in the comments section. Hit up the Discord channel. We're trying to build a community over here. Hit up the social media accounts. Any and all things for you to stay connected with your boy. Until then, I look forward to talking to you guys on the next video. It's your boy JamalHaki. Peace out.
I keep the peace, it's essential. I put the peace to his temple. Won't leave a piece of his temple. Somebody check if there's peace in his mental. It's word and my peace get assembled. Ain't following y'all, it was me first. Might need a priest church. I ain't hit it so, but he finding a peace first. Why would I leave her? I keep the beam, I'm enlightened. I turn to a goddess to rebirth.